And Josh can't bother me. Okay. Um, Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another live commentary. I'm back. It took a long time for me to do this because I had a lot of stress this week. But I'm finally going to do another film. This is an early 90s film, so a lot of you Gen Z kids aren't going to know what this movie is, and it's not 50 Shades of Grey, so don't tell me that in the comment section or I'll shut the comments off. This is Hexed. It's a freaking parody of Fatal Attraction and other movies from back in the 80s. You know, these erotic thrillers. I would say Basic Instinct, but that didn't come out till 2 years later. So this has R.E. Gross, who's he's a really funny guy. You got Claudia Christian as the main villain. Yes, she's the villain, not anti-hero. And you have the late, great Adrienne Shelley, who I miss a lot. So 93 minutes, let's get started. Because I want to do something short and sweet. And I know this wasn't expected, but I want to do this because it's been a while since I've seen this movie. I think it's underrated. It's not that bad. They don't make movies like this anymore. Erotic thriller parodies? No, they don't do that anymore. Usually they're just a joke on Netflix, you know? Alan Spencer directed this movie, yeah. Ooh, that's creepy. Those eyes. That's sign number one that this girl was off her rocker. She does this fake accent, and then out of nowhere, she's like, I'm going to kill you. Again, how was that 50 Shades of Grey? I don't remember Christian Grey trying to kill Dakota Johnson or in 365 Days. That's abduction and sexual assault. They have consensual sex. It's what happens afterwards is she just loses her mind. Indifference. Get it? Wink, wink. And if you hear anything about women, I'm like, I don't want to hear it, guys. I don't want any more feminists on my freaking podcast. No more. You either love women or you don't. There's no in between here. Arlie Ermy, rest in peace as well. I miss him a lot too. I'm not on YouTube to defend women because they can defend themselves, okay? I want to just gawk at them and meet them. That's it. And get to know them. That's all I live for when it comes to being heterosexual. Norman Fell as Herschel Levine. It's been a while. I haven't seen this movie in years, since before the pandemic. Because during the pandemic, I saw a lot of movies on DVD and Blu-ray, heard the commentaries. I saw a lot of TV shows on streaming. I had to. I couldn't go anywhere in 2020 and early 2021. The pandemic affected everybody, so stop acting like a victim. Everybody was affected by that. Everybody that was not a baby. Everybody that can think was affected by the pandemic. I don't want to hear about it in the comments. COVID affected everybody. It affected freaking Tevya. It affected Anthony. It affected me. It affected freaking Levi. Isolation hurts everybody, not just the you know who. That's all I'm going to say about that. There he is. I want to talk about the film and nothing else. The black guy's like, oh, what is he smiling about? New Year's, yeah. This movie takes place during New Year's, so I just made it. Beautiful looking set. I miss comedies. Remember when comedies used to look like films and not like CGI? American Back of Japan. It's also kind of a ripoff, not a ripoff. It's a parody of Die Hard a little bit. That it takes place in a holiday, not Christmas but New Year's. Close enough. Hmm. He looks like Paul Rubens if he was less crazy and he was a little bit younger than Paul Rubens. He does. He does look like Paul Rubens. I noticed that. R.E. Gross. I like him. I would love to meet him at a convention because I treat every celebrity like a freaking like royalty people. I've been to 3 conventions, comic book conventions, 3 of them. I went to the Heroes and Villains Fun Fest and I went to Comic-Con twice. And I treat these people with respect. That's something I can do that I could do on the internet without being a dick about it. Because I know how to act in front of people. Some people just misinterpret what I say. And I'm sorry, but I'm not apologizing for what I say on YouTube. It's who I am. Hey, that makes all of us, okay? We all go through some things. People got to stop acting like the pandemic like was the world changing. When 9/11 happened over 20 years ago and Hurricane Sandy, Katrina, Maria, there was a lot of things that disasters that happened. Welcome to reality, people. You know, when I start dating, I'm not going to talk about it on Facebook. You know why? It's none of your business. That's why. I don't mix business and pleasure on the internet. Someday, blue moon. That guy ate the whole cake. Damn. This is not the woman of the movie. This is just some side character that's not going to be in the film that much. Get my apple. Yeah, he's not. R.E. Gross is not British. Trust me. I don't watch comedies with Brits. I normally don't. Unless it's the Cornetto trilogy, I have no interest because I've seen all of their films and I've laughed at least once. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. But again, it's just not for me. I wasn't born in England. There's Adrian Shelley. Yeah, rest in peace, you sweetie pie. The person that took your life is it went to hell. So they got what they deserved. A poor beautiful woman. I would never harm a woman like that. Even the hobo. I wouldn't do that because I don't want to live I don't want my conscience to be tainted forever. She'll get what's coming to her after what she did to me. This is like if Emily Blunt could actually act, and she can't. You're so sweet. I miss you. Some people are just assholes. That's just the way it is. Some people just don't know how to act on the internet. They think that because they're behind a keyboard, you're not being monitored. There are cameras everywhere, guys. Ugh. Yeah, there were no cell phones in 1990. That's why nobody has any cell. Mm-hmm. These are putts. Fireworks. They shoot fireworks every year in my room. Yeah. Sometimes I just want to watch something and not be distracted. That's why when I see Ant-Man 3, I'm going to say this right now so that it's recorded for posterity. I don't care what the critics think. I don't care what the internet thinks. I care about what I think. Me. I might have heard of this film, Classic Film Collector. I would recommend it if you haven't seen it. Ant-Man 3, this is everything to me, guys. This is the first movie of Phase 5. The first movie of Phase 4 was Black Widow, and it hurt me. That's all I'm going to say. This will not hurt me. There's no bentos. It's not 2.5 hours. No Yelena, you're loser. I'm not going to call her Yelena anymore. She's your loser. This isn't going to be freaking Eternals, which is gay. No, it's none of that. This is going to be give me what I want. Warts and all. Hey, look, it's Kevin Spacey. No, it's a joke, guys. It's not. He wasn't even acting in 1990. He didn't start acting until the mid-90s when he did Usual Suspects. I think. I don't know, but I don't. Yeah, he's a. There's nothing funny about that. Oh, Adrian, I miss you. I miss her. I'm not gonna miss it. I'm not gonna miss freaking Emily Blunt when she's retired. Wait. Let's see. The movie has a 9% of Rotten Tomatoes. It's not that bad. I'm enjoying it. I'm actually watching it. You think I'm like dreading this movie? I bought this movie at a Saturday matinee with a store that doesn't exist anymore. It caught my eye and I liked it. There's Claudia Christian. She comes 11 minutes in. I don't care what the critics think because trust me, I stopped caring a long time ago. Ugh, Speedo. The stock footage. Oh, I'm not indifferent. I know what I'm. Just started acting in the mid 80s. Well, I didn't know. He was an unknown at that time. The movie was Heartburn, which came out in 1986. Never heard of it. What's up, Little Sims? Behave. The moment someone gets toxic, you're blocked forever. I just snap my fingers and you're out of my life. I mean it. I'm not playing games. Don't be a dick on the inboxes. I can read everything. My eyes are perfect. I don't need glasses or contact lenses or anything. Ooh, that's racist. I know how to treat a woman. People got to stop acting like if I get a boner that it's a sin or something. I'm like, no, it isn't because that's how I express myself. Are you eating empanada? No, this is bread. I don't eat that stuff. It's way too salty and it has too much fat. I eat American food. This is wheat bread. It's pita bread. Pita bread. See, I don't eat empanadas. Those are not for me. Mm-mm. I'm not damaging my kidneys or my spleen or any of that for some stupid Spanish food that is too salty. Oh, you came back from a vacation? Good. You needed that vacation, Little Sims. A lot of people do. Trust me. Some people need to go on a nice long vacation, like my brother. He's selling comic books at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, kiss my ass. You're not doing that in April. Once he's married, he's out of his house. Ha. What is my sexual fantasy? I'm not going to say it on here. Because then people are gonna misinterpret it. I don't even touch empanadas or beef patties or any of that. Jamaican beef patties. I don't eat that. Too much salt. Indian dude, leave me alone. The keg. Your face looks familiar. Kaminsky Apartments. This movie has a definitive ending. Yes, it does. No. There's no. There's no. This movie doesn't have a sequel bait ending. Why? Why is he seen on the waterfront in Spanish, dubbed over? Sounds ridiculous. You must sound 18. Is it the call? That's Claudia Christian. What a beautiful woman, and we still have her. So, you think I care what critics think? I went to see freaking Shang-Chi in the theater during the pandemic. Some people would say, "Oh, you're woke." No, I'm not. I just love Asian culture. What can I say? Keto bread is great, even though that's originated in the Middle East. I know, but it's bread. Bread is something that everybody eats. That doesn't have gluten problems. Yeah, Middle East, whatever. It's bread. HP Harry Potter? No. Wow, you're a douche. That woman was adorable, and I wish I could have met her before she died, because she died prematurely. I didn't even know about it until when the movie Waitress came out in the mid 2000s. I'm like, Adrian Shelley passed away. I'm like, who's that? Oh, I looked her up, and I was like, yeah, that man that did that is a monster. Any man that assaults or kills a woman in cold blood is a monster. I don't care if it's in self defense and she's crazy, fine. But if it's not self defense, you're a monster. I would never do that. I have I treat women like freaking queens. That's why I could meet them at Comic Con without a freaking getting tased like Ezra Miller. It's Bintos, and no, there's no Brits in this movie. He pretends to be a Brit. No, I haven't played Backgammon. I don't know what that is. I've heard of it, but I don't play it. Yeah, some people can. Oh no, I met Olivia Wilde. That was reality. I put my arm around her and she didn't run away. She's not. She's a feminist, guys, not a feminazi like Kathleen Kennedy. She doesn't hate men. Trust me, she doesn't. I meet real actresses in the real world. I know exactly what I'm doing. Because I was going to meet Felicia Day last year, but she canceled. So I was like, who's the next woman? Okay, Rachel Lee Cook. I actually like Adrienne Kelly's character because I mean Adrienne Shelley's character because she's so sweet and so normal. What time is it? I don't know. Over here in New York is 10:30. No, she's not. It's not personally hilarious, but I do like this film because I like how honest it is. I like that it's not for kids. Comedy is subjective. This came out the same year as Ninja Turtles 3. Wait, no, it was 93 or 1990. It was in the 90s. I know that. It's Babylon Sport Time. No, I don't want to see Babylon. I said it's too long. This movie's only 90 minutes, not 3 hours. Gloria's her name, Adrienne Shelley. Oh, you sweetie pie, I miss you. I miss you a lot. Why you think I get emotional on these podcasts? I'm not doing a show, guys. I'm showing human emotion because some people have a hard time expressing that. My brother hasn't cried in 15 years in public. Yeah, why? Because he keeps all of his emotions inside instead of expressing them and letting them out. It's good to let your emotions out, guys, and not be a dick, but show your humanity. I do all the time. Hell, I listen to a Disney song and I get emotional. Why? Because Disney, when it was good, it affects me. When it's bad, I don't want even I want nothing to do with it. A poor girl. I would take you to any movie in the world, Adrian. I'm gonna have a girlfriend, and she's not gonna be married, and she's not gonna be 30 years younger than me. Trust me, she'll be close enough. Fights a rattlesnake and bites it on the neck, which results in some Three Stooges slapstick. Then Lee Jun Lee, I don't know who that is, sucks the venom out and then kisses Margot. Again, Damien Chazelle lost his freaking mind. He thinks that people wanted to see a weird 3 hour movie about old Hollywood. Again, I'm over it. Over it. I can see a 3 hour movie that matters, like Lord of the Rings. No, this was in 93, not 1990. I was wrong. Wrong year, but it was in the 90s. I was close enough. There's a reason Margot Robbie's never been a box office draw because she's not American. She's an Aussie chick. And what does she do? She does a fake accent and everything. And I'm like, yeah, and we're tired of it. Okay? We're tired. I do like that green suit. I'm going to try to be more positive because, like I said, guys, this month is almost over. I'm not seeing Black Panther 2 on Disney Plus. I'm not. It's too long. I'm going to go back and watch the first one and do a podcast for that. Lee Jun Lee is the only gay character in the movie. I don't care. I like Asian women. Yeah. Hetero means I like all kinds of women that are not she males or lesbians. Yeah. Look at my eyes. Look how much they bug out whenever I see a woman. That's what happens, guys. Sometimes I like a woman that doesn't need to try so hard. I find lots of things about women sexy, even if it's just their voice or their hair or their beautiful eyes or how soft their skin is. It's soft and smooth. Yeah, there's one good line from Anakin Skywalker in Attack of the Clones. Yeah, people say that that's horrible. It haunted me. It's some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard. No, he says soft and smooth. I agree with him, and he starts touching Natalie Portman's back. If I did that, my hand would explode because I'm so attracted to her and I'm in love with her, and people know why. because she's all woman. Is that guy doing the? Why's he doing that? We saw her arm. There she is. Damn. Babylon wishes it was Lord of the Rings or the King, or at least the remake of King Kong, which also is way too long, but it wasn't weird like that. The weirdest scene in that is Naomi Watts juggling, and then King Kong is sliding on the ice in New York City in Central Park. That's weird because that was not. There's a reason that was not in the original or the 1976 remake. And then at the party, Margot tries to stay out of character, being told to behave, and then devours the food like a pig, and then vomits on a couple of people. See, people think vomit is funny. It's not. It's gross. That's why I haven't seen Knives Out. That's why I haven't seen any of the Jackass movies. That's why I haven't seen whatchamacallit, The Whale. I don't need to see people up chugging their food. It's gross. It makes me sick. Even the scene in Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets when Ron is vomiting up those slugs, I almost got sick. I'm like, this is disgusting. I don't care if it's in the book or not. That was not needed. That was really creepy. It was like, bleh, bleh. I know it's supposed to be a joke. I couldn't get into it. That scene is the most disgusting scene in a kid's movie because it just wasn't necessary. I don't like people upchucking. It's not funny. It's gross. It just makes me because I used to vomit a lot when I was a kid. I got a stomach virus and then completely I projectile vomited a lot. But now I don't. Oh look, a mime. That's cool. I like this movie. I don't care what the critics say. But then again, in the third Fred movie, Fred legitimately vomits on the camera. Yeah, he does that. But again, it's a kids movie. You're gonna there's a lot of humor like that. But I still like those Fred movies because I think it's funny. That poor clown. That wasn't. No, you can't do that. Yeah, you saw what? Look what happened to Will Smith last year. He slapped an innocent man that made a stupid joke, and instead of saying, "Hey, dude," at the end of the ceremony, he should have said, "Don't talk about my wife again. Don't hit people. You can't just hit people unless you're a wrestler, a boxer, or a UFC fighter. You cannot put your hands on people. Trust me, you can't. It will hurt you. It will. There are always consequences. Always." Always. You can't just put your hands on people. You have to have consent. That's why I was able to touch Rachel's hand. Why? Because she gave me her hand. She offered it, and I touched it, and it was soft and smooth and friendly. I could feel her aura of friendliness, and not and I loved meeting her. Claudia Christian is not even French. She's still around too. Is good. Her and also Yancey Butler. Yes, I like Yancey Butler's deep voice. Why? Because she's female. Yeah. Thanks for saying that, little Sims. I miss her a lot. Adrienne Shelley. I recommend watching Waitress. It was her last film, and Kerry Russell is actually good in that movie. She's not directed by J.J. Abrams, and she's a pregnant woman, and then she falls in love with her doctor. So it's an interesting idea. It's Nathan Fillion, who's a very likable actor. I don't blame her. What is this? I'm obsessed with you. Yeah, we're almost 30 minutes in. Oh, trust me. If this was me and Caitlin Deaver, I would explode. I don't care how young she is. She's a woman. She's young enough for me. She's not like 10, 20 years younger than me. Here we go. It's not 50 Shades. They keep their clothes on. And there's no bondage, there's no freaking gags, there's no butt plugs, there's none of that. You don't need that. It's not sexy. That's weird. Again, people are animals. They just want to jump on each other and pounce on each other. Again, that I get. No, the poor food. There was one or two humorous moments that I didn't like, but I don't. It's poor. Ooh, he got stabbed with a fork. Yeah, that's why the kitchen is a place to make love because of all the dangerous objects in there. Have people ever heard of a bed or a couch or something? Not some place so dangerous like the bathroom or something like that. Mm. Close the door. People keep forgetting to close the door. There's the saxophone music. Hmm. Yes, it sounds like a Cinemax music. I will say that though that there's a scene with Margot performing a scene for the movie, but keep cutting after cut, and it will felt padded. It's 3 hours, guys. How much padding can you put in a freaking movie? It's trying to be like the third Pirates movie, which felt like 3 hours. I'm like, I know when I'm sitting there and I'm like, please just end already. It feels bloated. This movie never gets. It has a few scenes that could have been cut, have nothing to do with the plot, like the priest that is trying to pleasure himself again. That could have been cut, but I'll just mute it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The female body is beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. There's nothing ugly about it. There's nothing that I regret about it. It's beautiful to look at. And it's soft to the touch. There it is. Titties. Good old things. A nipple, something that everybody has. That's human. See, she's just holding his arms down. That's it. Because she's aggressive. He should have known she was crazy because is she having sex or doing impersonations? I mean, geez. What are you, the mask? Yeah, that I get. Oh my god. Look at Garza's face. If Margot Robbie did this scene, she probably would get an aneurysm because she's crazy. And then guess what happens at the very end? A guy in the bathroom dies and his death never mentioned again. Again, filmmaking, everybody. Remember when they used to do it well? Nowadays, they just think if I make a movie 3 hours, anybody can watch it. Yeah, this is a really weird scene, but again, there's no handcuffs or nothing. It's not needed. I already saw that in Tomcats, and it's a short scene. It only bothers me when it's the entire movie. It's just torture or a woman getting abducted. That's not good for me. This was consensual. They both agreed to do it, and there we go. There's no 50 Shades here. How dare you? There's a big difference between having consent and doing it against somebody's will. Haunted Hathaways have never seen it because it just. I do like the kids in the show. The little girl, she's an adult now. She's like in her 20s. Yikes! Wow, damn, Claudia. Yes, this movie is a film for adults. It's not for kids. Don't think that this is a parody of a Disney Channel movie. It's not. Because she was going. "La, la, la, la." It's like she was having an episode. This is when the film gets scary because you don't see it coming. She gets the Michael Myers weapon of choice, the kitchen knife. Yeah, but this comes out of nowhere. Well, you kind of knew it in the opening. So it is like Basic Instinct as well. I was wrong. The Basic Instinct and Fatal Attraction. Look, watch. I'm like, geez, the Guns of Navarone. Yep, take that. Flash photography. Yeah, he's not Pratt. Pratt is an annoying douchebag that's in everything now. Thankfully, he's only going to be in 2 films this year, and then I don't have to see him again next year. So I'm safe. Disturbing. She tried to kill him. She tried to put Michael Myers his ass, and he's being disturbing. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, yeah, again, no subtlety whatsoever. What if it made a sequel to this movie? It couldn't happen because Adrian Shelley's dead. And Claudia Christian's a lot older now. And I think she dies at the end of this movie. I forgot. It's been a while, guys, since I've seen it. And he's still around. Scare me. You could have put trying to scare you. You could have done a jump scare. You didn't have to take out the Michael Myers weapon. HP. I'm going to be honest. By having at least 5 to 10 minutes of filler, Babylon actually felt like 2.5 hours, with then three. Pacing is slow in some scenes, but not for the most. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see another Lighthouse or a movie that's so weird that it doesn't know what it is. I know cinema's subjective, but I can only handle so much weirdness. I'd rather have a weird movie like a Tim Burton movie because he's my kind of guy compared to Damien Chazelle did one movie that I enjoyed, and that was the Whiplash, and that's not you. Whiplash was not the only weird thing is how violent and scary J.K. Simmons was because you do that now, you get arrested, canceled, and arrested immediately. You throw a chair at somebody when they're playing an instrument, you get arrested for aggravated assault. You can't put your hands on people. You can't slap him in the face like him slapping Miles Teller in the face. That scared the hell out of me. And that movie was under 2 hours, and it was scary. There wasn't an Independence Day 3 because 2 bombed. See, she has no accent. The jig is up. Yeah. If some woman try to take a kitchen knife out and try to stab me, I'm gonna run like the Roadrunner. I am not gonna let her harm me. I want to live, guys. Why you think I got vaccinated last year? I want to live and not live with my baggage. Next time, look before you leap. All of you guys. Again, RE run. I was gonna do this movie last year, but I ran out of time. Resurgence bombed because it was bad. Nobody wanted to see an Independence Day sequel without Will Smith. The poor bellhop. A handgun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nobody wanted to see an Independence Day without Will Smith. We wanted him back. And the Diego Calva, the Mexican actor in the movie, goes with Tobey Maguire and his friend off to his dungeon place when a buff beard guy with a no shirt eats a rat. Again, that this movie's not for me, classic film collector. Just what you're saying sounds gross. It's weird. And Giselle, I don't know what the hell would happen to him. It's like everybody, the pandemic happened and half of these directors lost their freaking minds. I already did a long time ago. If Josh thought I was normal, yeah, I'm not. When it comes to what I say about my sexuality, I'm not holding back. I'm not saying I'm a psychopath. I'm just saying that, yeah, she killed a guy. Um, it's just I'm not. I haven't been a normal weight since I was like in my teens. People like, oh, I was stir crazy when the pandemic happened. I was already stir crazy back in 2010. When you live in a basement for over a decade, yeah, it'll do things to you. That's why I'm so over the top in these podcasts. You think that's just coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. We all have our quirks, but at least I'm not too much for some people. Coors Light. So there's a Coors. There's a lot of product placement in this movie. Again, it was a early '90s movie. You opened the door and shot him in the head. I look antlers. Critics just want a comedy to be quirky and freaking well written and artsy. Again, I think it's an underrated genre because again, genres like comedies hardly ever get any Oscar nominations. Bridesmaids did, but that's only because of Melissa McCarthy. But most comedies don't. And this movie Babylon's not a comedy. If I saw some shit like that, I would have walked out. I don't want to see a movie that's going to make me cringe. I want to laugh, I want to cry, or I want to just cheer. I don't want to be. I don't want to be disgusted. I've already got enough of that on the internet. I don't need some film to show me how ugly and disgusting people are in the world. Damien Chazelle, you lost your freaking mind. Taika Waititi, he lost his mind too. James Gunn, he lost his mind. These people lost their freaking marbles. Spielberg didn't lose his mind. He just thinks that his movies, anybody will see his movies in the theater now. Wrong. Nowadays, people have moved on. You saw birds. You saw there's a condom on the floor and some spare change. Who drops a condom on the floor, spare change? Thinking I hated it, I didn't. I actually loved it, but Chazelle's other movies are better. Yeah, and they're not weird. I mean, La La Land has none of that craziness. Why? Because it's actually telling a story. But when the pandemic happened, everybody lost their freaking minds. I know Resurgence got negative reviews, Little Sims. That's why I didn't go see it. No Will Smith, no deal. It's like Men in Black. They did a fourth movie without him, and it failed. Gee, I wonder why. It's not because Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, Richard Nixon. It's not because they're bad actors. It's just they're not Will Smith and Tom Lee Jones or Josh Brolin. They're just not. So he's wiping the fingerprints off the walls. That's kind of funny. You saw there's some Christmas lights in the background, yeah. So I saw this just in time. I thought I was going to watch this in 2022, but hey, January is a perfect month for watching this since it's a couple of weeks after New Year's. Nobody can do it that much. How come this wasn't a there wasn't a Zoolander 3 because 2 bombed, Little Sims? Why are you asking questions you know the answers to already? The first Zoolander flopped. It only did well on VHS and DVD when after 9/11 because people wanted to laugh. There's Ollie Ermy, man. I miss him a lot. And this movie doesn't have forced diversity like nowadays. Oh, Adrian. People are just, they're loud in this movie. Oof. Yeah, I don't want to see that. See, there's an Asian and there's a black guy, and that's fine. You don't need them all front and center of everything. Nowadays, I think that comedies, again, hmm yeah, I do remember that. This movie does have talent in it. It's just the critics didn't see it. They think it's cliche and stupid and unfunny. It doesn't have scenes where they make me cringe. Even with Claudia Christian's nuts, she's crazy, guys. Like a lot of people on the internet. Wink, wink. Where they don't know how to communicate. I read up on certain things. I know what kind of people have bad communication skills. I don't. I know how to talk like a normal person. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is coming out. I don't care. I'm going to see Cocaine Bear. That looks way better because I know what I'm getting. A bear eats a package of cocaine and goes nuts on a killing spree. That sounds more interesting than making something sweet and innocent into something dark and gritty. I'm sick of dark and gritty. I'm sick of it, guys. Sick of it. Last of Us was dark and gritty, but it was well made. That's why I'm going to continue to watch it on HBO Max because it's not, oh, look how depressing this is. Aren't you sad? No, it's actually pretty engaging. It makes it more easy to follow than something just dark for the sake of being dark, like making a dark Superman movie that didn't work. Hey, look, it's Ron's brother from Harry Potter. Yeah, and his sister too. hmm That wasn't necessary. I don't care about that Winnie the Pooh. Give me Cocaine Bear any day. Somebody's just afraid that, oh, it's going to suck because it's directed by Elizabeth Banks. She's not writing it this time. It's not the same writers from Charlie's Angels, the woke version from 2019. Excuse me. That's not going to work now. I don't vote. Jeez. And did you hear that Titanic is coming back? Yes, I don't care. I'd rather watch it at home. The movie's 3 freaking hours. He's filming it. Yeah, again, police brutality, the movie, people. You thought 2020 was bad? Yeah. You should have seen the 90s when Rodney King, yeah, when he got beat up, yeah, it was there all over the news. Hmm. Adrian's face says it all, man. She's frozen. I've never done one podcast hating on women. I will never do that because that's why I'm not doing a hate commentary on The Force Awakens. Because trust me, as soon as the hobo shows up, I'm shutting it off. I can't deal with that again. That haunted me for years. It was like a bad drug trip. That wasn't enjoyable. Douchebag with the mustache. He thinks he's like Tom Selleck or something. Yeah, the accent is dumb, but it's supposed to be. She's supposed to be. And this movie doesn't drag out. Like some comedies are 2 hours, and I don't get why Judd Apatow has to make a movie that long. Sometimes 90 minutes is good enough, Apatow. You don't have to drag it for 30 minutes or another hour. It's not necessary. I'm not going to laugh that much. I'm going to laugh for 90 minutes or less, and that's all I need. Once you get to 140, 150, I'm like, please wrap this up. I don't have enough attention for that. Oh, yep. That father got punched right in the face. Way to go, douchebag. What are you, Three Stooges? Again, you punched a father in the face. Trust me, some of them are not real priests. They're sickos that try to take advantage of little kids. I heard those stories of Catholic churches with these sick bastards getting with being loose with their fingers. Yeah, I ain't gonna let someone like that touch me. Yeah, thank God they didn't show him vomiting. They just cut away. See, that's how you do it. In Babylon, there'd probably be a 5 minute scene of that happening. I'm like, that's not art. Look at those green eyes. Hmm. My jewelry. Why does it need to be an IMAX? I haven't seen a movie in IMAX since uh what was it? It was the first Black Panther movie. I haven't seen a movie in IMAX since. It's too expensive. Wow, you're seeing a movie on a bigger screen, a little bit louder. I'm like, no, I'm fine with seeing it in regular 2D, not 3D, because I'm not paying for 3D. I'm seeing Ant-Man in 2D. I don't need the extra gimmicks. I don't need it. If I want to buy a popcorn bucket, I will. But I'm not gonna. I don't need to sit there with 3D glasses, looking at a screen with blurry. I'm like, no, those days are behind me. Excuse me. I have an HD TV that's just as good as an IMAX, and it never cost me that much. Fake fruit. Because with Margot Robbie, they tried so hard to make her crazy, and it didn't work for me because she's putting on an act. It doesn't feel natural. With Claudia, you can tell she does it in a way that's not as painfully obvious. Because some moments she's actually mellow, and then other moments she's just like a loose cannon. Yep. Look at yep. Take that, you douchebag. I'm bonkers. That face she does, yeah. But the movie's not overly violent. Like it doesn't have a ton of gore in it. It doesn't need to. Yeah, and then he's like trying to pleasure himself. It's just hilarious. Wow, that's racist. Because some movies are especially made for the experience. Nope was filmed in IMAX, but I said it in Sander and see the whole picture in some scenes. Again, I can wait when it's put it on HBO Max or Netflix or whatever. They enhance it in IMAX 3D. So uh, they did that with Dunkirk and Tenet and freaking Mission Impossible Fallout. Close Encounters. I do like that poster. Well, that came out of nowhere. Nope, it's on Peacock. No, but that's Peacock Premium. I don't have the premium. No, I'm ass shot. Plus, I hear the 4K includes the IMAX film scenes. Male lover? Yeah, I don't want to know what you're into, lady. After that, you better stop there. What are you, a velociraptor? He took the Joker movie took scenes from this when he's in the with Avatar one on the other hand, I got the full picture. Yeah, but I don't care. The movie was boring. Oh, look how pretty this looks, and look how boring this movie is and slow. Ant Man's gonna look just fine in standard definition. I don't need HD because, like I said, when it's on Disney Plus a few months from now, it'll yuck. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. And she's like, She broke a nail. Yep, she's trying to kill him with a landline, something that no one uses anymore. Yeah, she should have. And they said, don't hit a. I want them to see this. And she's gone. Because like I said, I don't care what other people think. Like, I didn't see the second Avatar because it's the same thing as the first one. It's overlong, it's painfully boring, and James Cameron, he thinks that he's making art. I'm like, no, your visual effects artists are making art. You're not. You're putting a camera at a bunch of CGI. Wow. Again, comedies now would not say that in a movie. Half of this humor would not be in a movie today because it would get canceled. She put an apple in his mouth. I didn't even see The Dark Knight in IMAX because I don't need to. Sometimes standard is good enough for me. I still saw the pencil trick. I still saw the scenes of the Bat Pod and the freaking Batmobile. That tank. I saw all of that, guys. I have great eyes. When I was a kid, I used to watch movies on TV and on VHS. There was no widescreen at that time in the 80s and the early 90s because HD TVs were really expensive and they were bulky. Now everybody has like a 4K smart TV or something like that. That lives in New York City. We're almost done. We're an hour and 2 minutes in. We got another 30 minutes or so. And it knows what it is. This movie is not high art. So it's not Weekend at Bernie's, but it's not freaking disaster movie either, where there are no jokes. Everything is a reference. The punchline is we're going to say the punchline instead of letting you figure it out for yourself. Same thing with me. Holiday Palace. Yeah, it's a parody on Holiday Inn, which I stood in once when I was a teenager. I went in the 2000s, yeah, to Holiday Inn Express. Of course, it's ruined comedy, Josh, because people can't take a joke anymore. Now they have to get slapped, almost get stabbed like Dave Chappelle, and get assaulted just for saying a freaking joke. Get over yourselves, people. It's just a joke. If you don't get it, fine. Just go. Huh. You don't have to. I'm gonna kill you for saying a stupid joke. You shouldn't do that. Especially with these black men. That they do crass humor all the time, especially stand up. You're not gonna get clean jokes anymore like Cosby before he was a sex, predator. Yeah. Nowadays, people can't even say a joke anymore. I say jokes here and no one attacks me. So that's why I feel safe here on YouTube doing these live streams. If this was Twitch, I would have gotten canceled years ago, before when the pandemic first started, because I started Twitch around like early last year or 2021. Nowadays, comedies are too safe, or they have to be gross because they don't know what else to say. They feel like every joke has been said. No, there's jokes that make me laugh. Like Lost City and Uncharted made me laugh. For better or for worse, those movies made me laugh. And Ari Gross really is trying in this movie. He's not phoning it in. He's not freaking high on drugs. He is giving it his all. That's why I like him as an actor. Unlike some of the comedians we got now that are bintos that are like they sound drunk. Yep, he fell on the American flag. Velma's not funny because you have two roaches dry humping and talking about lesbians and all that. That's not funny. That's stupid. That's what you wasted this animation on? A bunch of woke, stupid meta jokes that are not funny? See what the one of the valets is black. Again, not a problem, guys. Nowadays they're running the hotel. Did you see the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? Yeah, a black man was the manager of the hotel. Yeah. That was way more progressive than a lot of the shows and movies now where they have to force it down your throat. Really, a black Shaggy, an Asian Velma, and an Asian Daphne? Yeah. Kiss my fat ass, HBO Max. I'll stick with Last of Us. You know why? That didn't have to do the diversity hires in your face. Pedro Pascal's great in the show so far. He's always good. What do you expect? That's great. That's funny. It doesn't bother me with the joy. I just need to laugh at it without panicking. Yeah, well, you shouldn't, Josh, because you panic for everything. You shouldn't do that. This is funny and didn't need to be overly sexual or overly violent. People do die, but they die like a cartoon. It's not like Kick-Ass where the first joke of the movie is somebody getting killed. This guy didn't die, by the way. He fell, but I guess the towel cushioned his fall. He didn't leap. He was dead already. And Arlie Ermy, even though he's not in the film that much, he does the most with the screen time. The black guy's crying. Just for once, I would like to see Josh cry. Just openly cry, and just you don't have to explain yourself because crying is not that's not something unmanly. Every man cries. Every human being that has eyes can cry. Even somebody blind can cry because water still exists up there. It's good to be here. Police interrogation and champagne brunch. That's funny. See, they have punchlines. Nowadays they give the setup but no punchline. It's just this happens, and I'm like, really? Nobody's patriotic if they're wrapping themselves in an American flag and jumping out a window. That just means you're stupid. Yeah, smoking kills. Yeah, I miss him a lot. I miss both of these two. Arlie Ermy lived a long life, but poor Adrian did not. that poor that poor priest guy got punched in the eye, and then he's trying to pleasure himself to I touch myself. Yes, it's a song. Yep, get it? I only put panic because it won't be funny to me. Well, no, this movie made me laugh. It still does. Just some of the reaction shots in this movie, like whoo, and then, like it makes me laugh. Wait, I need some water. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I've been laughing so much. You don't need to see me cry. Why? I'm not going to make fun of you. I cry, and people don't make fun of me. They see how human I am. They're arresting a black guy in a comedy now. Nowadays, if that happened 30 years later, everybody will be up in arms saying, "Oh, how dare you? That's so racist. How dare you? That you racial profiling." I'm like, it's a joke, guys. It's not. It's not real. If it's a documentary, fine. But if it's a comedy, it's just a joke. Are you gross, man? Bless you, man. You really are trying. Opa! Yeah, you saw there's a wedding reception in the middle of a crime investigation. I'm not gonna make fun of you, Josh. If you took your glasses off and wiped your eyes, I'll be like, "Oh, you're human." No, because I've seen people cry on the internet. I'm not the only one. I'm innocent. I know you're innocent. I know. Again, I get the joke. Oh my God, he just assaulted the that poor woman. Again, R-rated comedy. Nowadays, R-rated comedies are too mean-spirited. It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. He's so charming. Great stunt, by the way. See, this movie doesn't get enough credit for the stunt work and the practical effects. There's no CGI in this movie. Or Binto's going, that's preposterous. No, I don't need that. There's 15 different franchises for that. And this isn't one of them. The third act of this movie is funny. Like a lot of the jokes just crack me up, man. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. You saw Vidu St. Clair's Cosmetics. He didn't kill anybody. You saw Pinata. To the left, to the left. Everything I got on the box to the left. No. What? I'm sensitive. Why you think I cried in movies that are not even sad? They're not sad movies. Like the Power Rangers movie. There's nothing sad about it. Now there is because Jason David Frank passed away last year, and Van Halen died right after I did that podcast, which is really creepy. And again, it's because I feel something. I want people to know that I feel stuff. I'm not just an angry person or on edge. A chia pet, chia. Bullshit. Yeah. Mentally undressing you. Yeah, that again, a line that would never be in a movie today. Yeah, I did a podcast for the Jetsons movie and I started crying. Even the Ninja Turtles movie made me tear up. It's not sad. If I saw The Whale, I'd be crying for days because it's depressing. I don't want to see depressing. I want something to make me smile. Even an R-rated comedy can give me some joy in these dark times and this cold weather that it won't snow. Oh, Adrian. And the only thing sad in this movie is that there's a few actors that are no longer with us. That's it. This is still better than Stuber because I laughed more. And it's not racist or overly, violent. Rubber ducky. You don't want people to think I think you're sensitive. You shouldn't care what people think, Josh, because I don't half the time. I do it because I do these live streams for you guys because people need. God knows people need a good laugh. They need some entertainment. They don't need pretentious assholes on the internet or on TV telling them that doom and gloom. No, I already know that the world has problems. Yeah, go tell those cops over there. They'll be so jealous. When you do another live stream, Josh, you shouldn't care what other people think. Get on camera and show emotion. You tearing up is not a problem. They're not going to be like, "Oh, you're such a pussy." No, it's better to express yourself than to run away or be like an ostrich and put your head in the sand. I don't do that anymore. I have something on my mind. I say it. That's who I am. I don't put my head in the sand or the dirt. See, misunderstandings are funny. Again, another good stunt. That old guy still trying to hit the pinata. Oh my god, he killed him. He shot the pinata. Yeah, I don't even use them. And this movie's basically like Spider-Man: No Way Home. When it starts, it's like Peter Parker's the one that killed me. I'm like, again, he was framed. I'm gonna do a podcast of that movie, but you guys have to be patient with me. It's over 2 hours long, and I'm seeing the theatrical cut because the extended cut really doesn't matter. This is a scene that will never happen again because both of these actors have passed on. Mm. Artwork is a barcode. Yes, people scan those now. When Target, I scan those to see how much the movie or show is or something that I buy. And it's not, it doesn't hurt to express yourself because there's people that have openly cried on camera and it doesn't make them a pussy. It doesn't, unless you're doing it for the wrong reasons, like those brats girls from like the was it like party moms and all that. What was it like the toddlers and tiaras and all that where the moms are getting crazy, yeah, or dance moms, yeah, those don't make any sense. Or on The Bachelor where it's all scripted, or The Bachelorette where they're crying on camera for no reason. That's stupid. Yeah, Ari Gross is great in this movie. I always defend his performance here. Him and Claudia Christian, they know what they're in. They're not in a freaking best picture, which is usually a movie that's going to be depressing. I don't want to be depressed. I cry enough just listening to a Disney song. What do you think about the Transformers Rise of the Beast trailer? It looks interesting. It's not going to be any worse than the Michael Bay ones because the last one, Bumblebee, was really good, and that recent cartoon, Cyber Spark, was really good. So I recommend that one. If you have Paramount Plus, watch Transformers Cyber Spark. It was really well done. It's a kids' cartoon that doesn't feel too long. Hmm. People have never made fun of me for crying in a podcast because, again, it's called human emotions. I don't bottle those up. Sonic Prime was a great cartoon so far. I just don't like the endings. Every episode ends in a cliffhanger. I'm like, why? The show's going to get another season. It's a hit on Netflix, and I want to see more. Don't do the I'm gonna get you, Sonic, and then boom, the episode. I'm like, that's how Across the Spider-Verse is gonna end. It's gonna end in a cliffhanger, and people are gonna be pissed because they gotta wait another year to see the next part. It's too long. I don't want to wait a year. Dune is gonna do that, maybe, and also Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yes, I'm seeing that in the theater. That's gonna end in like Cruz is gonna jump on a helicopter and then boom, the movie ends. I'm like, that's not an ending. See, there's a Coke machine. There's a lot of product placement in this movie. Again, Arlie Ermy was one of the best actors that can scream and make it intimidating. Unlike uh, freaking Ben Mendelsohn, where he screams half of his dialogue. Why is he screaming? I'm like, dude, I'm not deaf. He screams in Robin Hood. He screams in Rogue One. Even in Captain Marvel, like one scene or two, he screams. You don't need to scream, dude. I'm not deaf. Even Ready Player One, I think he screams in that too. He thinks he's Gary Oldman or something. He's not. Yep, the Michael Myers thing. Good jump. If I do a commentary on something, I'll react with my emotional control. But once I get, it'll happen once I get moved. I have that problem screaming at something. So hell, she uses a kitchen knife more than Michael Myers does in the last movie that he was in. Yeah, he's barely in that. At least she's in this movie a lot. Oh yeah, I touch myself. I touch myself. Yeah, I remember the song. Watch. I touch myself. Yeah, we're watching softcore porn, dude. Who cares? And he thought it was the lights going off was a sign. That was funny. Yeah, it's like again, there's more of her as Michael Myers than actual Michael Myers and Halloween Ends. That's why this movie's better. It's shorter and it's not lying to you. And that priest is not even a main character. He's just a side act. Yeah, you could have cut him out in the movie, but he broke the fourth wall. Yeah. Yeah, get it? Because in She-Hulk, that was so hilarious, wasn't it? Her looking at the camera. I've seen it done better. No, you're not. No, she's not. Yep, they're gonna run away, of course, because people panic anytime even the chef left. What's he gonna get fired for? Leaving the chicken out? At least this movie has a definitive villain. I'm tired of villains trying to get a redemption story. They don't need a redemption. They need to be stopped. That's the point of a freaking villain, guys. Mm-hmm. A SWAT team. Hi, hi, hi. Because he's the main character. He's not going to die in this movie. This is not a horror movie. Yeah. She dies like a Looney Tune. Wanda needs to be redeemed. She's not a villain, though. She started as a villain and then got a redemption story, but I'll give her a pass. But as far as breaking the fourth wall, Deadpool and the other character, yeah, I have to I panic at something, I admit. Again, I don't panic because I'm like, if the hobo's in the MCU, then I quit. I'm done. I'm not gonna go through another torturous decade of Bento fever. Mm-mm. Yeah, who crashes through a bus and dies like this? No, no, he survives. They put an inflatable with him. This is God. And again, another good stunt. Some of the effects look a little dated in the background. He survived, though. They put an inflatable for nothing. Yeah, he can't move, but he survived like a 50-foot drop. Mm-hmm. It's only a movie. It's not real. It was more toxic what Stanley Kubrick did to Duvall. That was more toxic because he made her suffer on set. That was real. Her screaming and her crying a lot, again, real. He risked his life to stop her evil. At least he didn't die. That would have made the movie depressing. Rest in peace, my love. I miss you, Adrian. I wish you would have lived to be 90 because my heart, was hurt when that happened in 2007. She was one of the most beautiful girls of the 90s and the 2000s. She was a sweet girl, and that man that did that, I hope he got the chair. I hope he got what he deserved because he didn't deserve. She didn't deserve that. Matthew and Gloria happily married. Good. They still work at the Holiday Palace. It's a fun movie. I like this movie. It's not a downbeat ending. Try me, fry me. Even the soundtrack is pretty good. So that was Hexed from 1993, I believe. Yeah, still very funny. I still enjoy the cast. I miss Adrian and Shelley. I miss Arlie Ermy. I really miss them a lot. But you know, they're in a better place. They're not suffering anymore. Thank you for watching this podcast with me, guys. And be nice to people because it'll pay off in the long run. It's not good to be angry all the time and on edge all the time. It's good to let loose a little bit and laugh and have some fun. It's not going to hurt you. So that was Hexed, and I will see you guys in the next one. There we go.